Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates. I thought I would take a few minutes to talk about what other Star Wars games I think we will see from EA while we patiently wait for E3. Because I was glad to see after my previous video that you guys share the same interest as me for Star Wars games, and therefore I've now decided that I will be covering all upcoming Star Wars games here on the channel. Don't worry though, my main focus is and will always be Star Wars Battlefront, so if any of you guys are only interested in Battlefront, don't worry. Because the only change is that I will be making more videos overall, not replacing Battlefront videos with other videos. I just wanted to make that super clear so no one gets disappointed. Anyways, we have had very little information on what other Star Wars games that are currently in the works, but the one we do know, which I'm not 100% sure how much is confirmed about, is a open world Star Wars game currently being developed by Visceral Studios, the creators of the Dead Space series. And as I said in a earlier video, one of the video game directors from the Uncharted series, which is known to have a good story, joined Visceral Studios to work on this game earlier this year. So my guess is that they are working on some kind of Star Wars game that will have both a good story and be an open world game. Maybe a bit like Destiny, which is an upcoming open world game by Bungie. More than that we don't really know, but I'm guessing that there is more than this open world game and Battlefront planned, since 2015 is going to be the year of Star Wars with books, series, a movie, games and so on. I would personally like to see a game that is heavily focused on force powers, where you can get a good control of the characters and really control their powers in a realistic way. The game that comes to mind is the Star Wars Episode 3 game, which I love and used to play a lot years back. In this game you played as either Obi-Wan Kenobi or Anakin in the story mode, and over time your characters learned new abilities and you could specialize them by putting points into either force push, saber combos, lifting power and so on. At least that's the kind of game I would like to see, because that would mean one FPS/third person game, which would be Battlefront, one open world game which would be a bit more RPG themed, which would be the game that Visual Studios is working on, and then lastly the game I just suggested, which would be a bit more single player and story focused. I haven't played as many Star Wars games as I wish, which leaves my knowledge about them very limited. There are games like Star Wars Force Unleashed and the Knights of the Old Republic that might already take up these points, but right now I'm trying to focus ahead to see what game developers would be able to do with the next gen technology. I mean, just think about a game that would take a realistic approach to lightsabers, where the enemies or things you will hit will actually get cut off or sliced like they would in a real situation. That's one thing I've always missed in the games I've played. It did exist in the Episode 3 game, which might be one of the reasons to why I liked it, but that was very limited and kind of scripted, if you know what I mean. It was just very specific parts you could cut off and it always looked the same way. And I hope you guys don't think I'm some kind of sadistic bastard after hearing that, but I would truly love to see a game that would aim to be as realistic and close to the movies as the technology allows it to be. Sure, it might not be the best multiplayer game, since if they did that for Battlefront it wouldn't be Battlefront, but if it was a single player story game I would sure as hell play it. Another important part is the space battles, which is something that I know a lot of people want to see a game of, and now that Star Wars Attack Squadrons got cancelled, we really don't know if they're working on a new one or if it will be included in Battlefront, which I really hope it will. Well, all of this is just speculations, and my guess and hope is that they will reveal more at E3, at least some Battlefront gameplay and maybe even a teaser of the Visceral Star Wars game. Well, we are now less than a week away from the reveal and I'm so freaking excited right now, I just want to go into hibernation for a week until E3. Anyways, I would love to hear what you guys are hoping for in terms of other Star Wars games, and if you have any cool ideas about it. Make sure to leave a comment below telling me what you think. And as always, may the Force be with you.